All right, are we live? I think we're live. Welcome back. It's been a couple days. I didn't stream yesterday, which has been unusual for the last week. I think I had like 5 days in a row, which is a pretty good streak in my opinion. I'm a software engineer with about 8 years of experience. I've been coding for 10 or 12 years now. And recently I've been dabbling in Godot, which is an open source game engine, similar to like Unity or Unreal, but it's open source, which means it's free. You can do with it whatever you would like. And I've been working on a project that just allows me to build out some features and ideas that I've had for different games. Like right now I'm working on UI, just getting a better feel for the control nodes within Godot. And really just messing around, learning some new stuff and having fun streaming while doing it. So that's kind of been my focus recently, and it's what I'm gonna continue doing whenever I get the chance to stream. So last time let's recap what we did. We fixed up the UI, the main menu UI. So we just basically created a reusable component for each of these buttons. I think the name I used for it was action button. And now we were focusing on fixing up the load game menu. So we're using some action buttons down here. We got the kind of box rendering as we were expecting it. And so now we're going to work on these load save files. So I'm going to be building out like a reusable component for each of those, make it a little easier to see, easier to click on. But I got it so that each of these buttons is working as expected. So we can load a game, start playing it. And right now this game is, can't really call it much of a game, but you basically have a flashlight, which the idea is that there's a timer on the flashlight. When it's on, the timer decreases. When it's off, the timer increases. Although it doesn't seem to be doing that. I think I probably made some decision at some point to have, you need to like pick up batteries or whatever. But you have zombies that can only be seen when your flashlight is on, and when it's off, they can't be seen at all. You can shoot them. I started building out a rudimentary inventory system. So I'll need to do updates on this, and we'll probably reuse a lot of the components that I'm using for the load menu. So you can see there's a little icon that pops up when you're hovering over one of the dead zombies. You can reload, you have ammo. I built out a whole chunking system. Let's see, I think I can expand. So a whole chunking system with, oops, I died. Which is difficult to see. So in fact, I think I'll turn on visible collision shapes. I think I need to restart the game for that. Start a new game, just so it's a little easier to see what's going on. But I built out a chunking system that loads and unloads these chunks depending on where you're moving. It saves the position of the zombies where they are, and you can see as you cross over certain areas, it loads the next set of chunks. So right now we're showing a 9x9 grid, or sorry, a 3x3 grid of 9 chunks in total. As you cross over that barrier, it'll reload the zombies' positions and their attributes wherever they were. So you can see we come back and they're exactly in the same spot. I think I've built it to, if they go out of bounds, like if a zombie moves outside of the chunk, they just get deleted. So there's still some things like that need to be worked on and tweaked, but overall, relatively simple stuff so far. I've built a save system, as you can see, so you can hit save. It saves all the zombie info, your inventory, or I don't know if it saves inventory yet. But yeah, that's kind of a rundown of everything. Hey Tintam, how's it going? It is a nice day. Yeah, it's a good day. Day's going well. So yeah, that's kind of what the, features that I've built out so far look like. So now I'm going to work on the load menu UI. So as I pull it up, we can see we have some saves. So right now we're going to focus on just building out a reusable component for each of these saves. Let's go ahead and just go ahead and commit what I have so far. So I believe everything that I've done has mostly been around just moving, although I did a little bit of coding here. Let's see what it was. Okay. Moved UI files to separate folder. And integrate action button into load menu. All right. So now so we have some just generic buttons. I think I might create separate folders for the load menu and then separately another folder for main menu. Move all of these into, oops, that's not where they want to go, into load menu. So I'm gonna have to go back through here and just adjust some file import locations, but let's just go ahead and run the game so it can a little more easily tell me. Okay. So attempt to open script UI load menu. Resulted in error, file not found. So the script now is in UI/load menu. Same with main menu. Except it's in main menu. And load menu item is now UI/load menu/load menu item. Am I even using this? Now that I think about it, I'm not sure that I am. Load menu item scene. Oh, okay, so this is what I'm using for each of the saves. So that's what I'm going to be updating here. Just going ahead and updating imports wherever I see them. I know there's one here. Load menu. Probably missing something else as well. Does not exist. Oh, okay. So I moved where main menu was, so I needed to move that path for when I start the game. Okay, looks like everything. All right, when I hit back from the load menu, it's not going to the right place. So I need to, and there's probably a better way of doing this, but I'm just hard coding each of these scenes for the moment. Wait, did I accidentally copy and pasted something into there? Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Everything is working as expected. Great. So now in the load menu item, we need to update how this works. So we don't need a VBox container, which I believe is what this is. Really what we want it to be is very similar to action button, but we just want different styling for it. In reality, though, it could just be an action button. I guess there's no reason to start going crazy with UI. We may as well reuse exactly what we have, which means that load menu item should just be a control node. So we're going to extend control here. And the button, which we can delete for now. Actually, we can just change the type to action button. So now when we load let's see, where are we instantiating this menu item button? Hold on one second. Dog came inside my office and just wanted to close the door. So when we're loading, I don't know what that means, Wenza. I'm not looking for cheap viewers though. Anyone that wants to join the stream and hang out can do so, but I'm not doing this for fame and fortune. All right, we have menu button item. Where am I instantiating this? Oh, I'm not, because it's, yeah, that makes sense. So within ready, I do need to call menu. I'm gonna update this to menu item button. I'm just button scene, because that's the way I've been calling scenes. So we're gonna say button scene dot, I think I called it initialize, if I'm not mistaken. Because button should be an action button. No. Let's pull up action button. Yeah, so initialize, you say what its text is, and then you can give it margin if you would like. So rather than doing button scene.text, we're going to say button scene.initialize, and the first variable we pass in is the text that we want it to be. We have a signal emit button down. I don't know that this is going to do anything anymore, so let's connect emit. What did you do? Uh-oh. What is this? Load menu item. Where even is this? What is this file? Load menu. Oh, weird. It's saving it here. That's unexpected. I don't want that. Why is that happening? Probably because I moved things and didn't. Ah, that's why. All right. Because I have these open, and if I save them, they'll just create another instance of it, which is not what I want. So where were we? We're in load menu item scene. Okay, I updated the wrong thing. So we actually want this to change type to action button. And then we want to connect to, there we go. We'll move this signal emission to when the button is clicked. So this basically says when that save file is selected, tell other scenes to, you know, any scene that's connected to this signal. Basically, here's the playthrough ID of that scene, or of that playthrough. I think that might be all we need to do. Let's see what it looks like. Nope. Invalid set index text on base. Oh wait, did I not? With value of type base null instance with value of type string. Is it something to do with this? It's possible that because it's... So I think what really needs to happen here, because it's already ready at that point, I think this needs to happen. We need to assign... Oh wait, we do that already. Why are we assigning? So, but this is actually always going to be... That's always going to be null if we don't... Because we're calling initialize after because we're not doing this programmatically. So I think actually we can't do that. Button text is null. Yeah. So I don't think we can have this assertion, unfortunately. Oh, because we're not, hold on. All right, so we actually don't care about this button text field anymore. Right, I think we can just say button.text equals button text. No. Valid set index text on base nil with value of type string. So in action button, line 15, but it's happening in main menu, line 47. Oops, main new line 47. What's the issue here? Self dot button. Oh, because that's not. That's not ready yet when we call it an initialize. Okay, so maybe we do need then. This is necessary. However, how am I supposed to handle this? Because in some cases, how do I know if, okay. Godot, how to know if scene is ready. I wonder if there's a flag. So the ready function is a callback, but that's not really what I'm looking for. Let's go to the Godot docs, see if there's something about just a generic scene. No. Let's see if there's anything about the ready function. Because I wonder if there's a way to like get if this has been called. Down the tree, making init calls, and build the tree going downwards from the root. Once the tree is complete, leaf nodes call ready. A node will call this method once all child nodes have finished calling theirs. This then causes a reverse cascade going back up the tree's root. So no enter tree. Okay, when instantiating a script or a standalone scene, nodes are not added to the scene tree upon creation, so no enter tree callbacks trigger. Instead, only the init call occurs. When the scene is added to the scene tree, the enter tree and ready calls occur. If one needs to trigger behavior that occurs as node's parent to another, regardless of whether it occurs as part of the main active scene or not, one can use the parented notification. For example, here's a snippet that connects a node's method to a custom signal on the parent node without failing, useful on data-centric nodes that one might create at runtime. So I don't think that's what I'm looking for. Let me go to, let's go to control node. What on here is talking about being ready? If not, is node ready? Okay. What is node ready? Node.isNode ready. Returns true if the node is ready. In other words, it's inside scene tree and all its okay. So here's what we can do. If self.isNode ready equals true. Probably don't need the equals true part, but that's fine. If the node is ready, then we will also self.button.text equals BT. Otherwise, we'll just set it on the ready call, which is fine because the button text should maybe have a default. Oh, the default is empty string. Okay, we're good. So I think this should work. Set index text. Okay, so we're getting closer. We got the main menu loading properly. So now load menu. Line 51. Oops. So when we're adding the child, set index text on base null instance with value of type string. Okay, why isn't this happening? Hold on. So let's pull up the main menu script and the load menu script. Not that one. So when we're adding the children to the scene, I'll initialize. We're adding children, the load menu item. .instantiate.with data. Oh, because we're not initializing. So we're calling with data. With data is kind of like initialize. for this. So really, I think this is fine and expected. Sorry, I was just looking at messages real quick. So we need to initialize so when we're doing load menu item, we're calling initialize in ready, but that's not working because, wait, why is load menu on line 51 calling action button? Oh, because, okay, hold on. So with data then needs to be the one to initialize button scene. But is button scene... Okay, so actually then this needs to be done manually. So we don't want this action button here. So const button what am I calling this elsewhere? Action button scene, okay. Const action button scene. So rather than having action, so we're going to say var button. I guess we can just call it action button equals button, action button scene dot instantiate. And then rather than button scene, we'll say action button dot initialize. And then we will self dot add child action button. We don't need to do anything when it's ready. But we do need to connect action button dot connect, and then it's called, the signal is called, it's basically going to be this action button dot oh wait, hold on. This menu item scene is menu item action button scene. Oh yeah. Okay, that's expected. So we're connecting emit button down. With self dot on button emit button down, I believe. And then we're adding the child to the tree. Okay, I think that should be okay. The text is a little big, so the wrapping is weird here, but I just want everyone to be able to see. That's still not working. Valid type in function. Oh, did I call it? Yeah, don't want to be calling it here. Just want to pass in the function. So now if we load, okay, so we're still, interesting, still running into this issue where button text oh no, where button actually isn't loaded yet. Why is this happening? Aren't we doing the same thing? here. Oh, are we doing this in ready? Oh, we are. Okay, so then really what we want to do for this might be not be the right pattern. So with data is getting called before anything is in the scene yet. So we don't want to do that there because no scene exists. It's just like a chain that doesn't work. So we actually want to do this in ready, I believe. No, still the same issue. It's having load menu 51. Why is load menu item not being... It's not even in the chain here. What are we doing wrong? Load... Wait. Load... Yeah. Load menu 51. Load option margin container scene. Load menu item... Oh, because we're still not calling initialize. Okay, that's fine. Okay, load menu item dot initialize. And we want the... Hold on. Wait, no. Why did I add action button scene here? Oh, that's for... Okay, that's expected. But since we need a little more functionality... Okay. So what am I supposed to be doing here in this case? Oh, wait. Sorry, I forgot to delete this node. I think that's actually the issue. So maybe doing this with data is fine. Okay, there we go. That works. Let me give that a try because I was expecting it to work and I actually think it should work. And that's probably the better place to do it, but let's try. Yeah, okay. So if I click 7C08 and load, we get playthrough 7C08 as expected. Okay, so now I think we're good. Let's say initialize action button, which is pretty self-explanatory. Emit which save file where we've selected. All right, so we should be good there. It's bigger. It's pretty obvious what you're selecting. I do think I kind of want to change the background for this to not be so dark. So let me do that real quick. I think just making it white is probably fine. Why is it gray? Do I have a color over, what do I have a color over here? Don't have a texture. Is there like a theme override or something? I'm changing the color somewhere. No, doesn't seem like it. So why the color is this gray? It seems like there's white behind it. But the... It seems like these containers, which are, what is this? Panel container, have a default color that so maybe these just need to be part of these child containers. Ooh. Oh, that's working. Okay. That's strange. That's fine. This is totally good. As expected. Let's add just a small amount of margin to the, I guess, everywhere. Should be okay. So in load menu item, when we're initializing the action button, initialize, let's just do 10 top and bottom. And then also just 10 everywhere. And we should be good. That doesn't look great, but it's not terrible. And it's functional, and that's what's important right now. Okay. Now let's focus on the in-game UI. Moved main menu and load menu to their own folders and added programmatic action button to load menu save files. Okay, great. Now we will work on the in-game UI. So as you can see here, well, this is complete. Let's work on this first because that's completely broken. So that is called pause menu. Relatively simple at the moment. And I think it should be pretty quick to get this fixed up. Where even is it? Pause menu. Pause menu. I see pause manager. Oh, it's here. All right, so let's just use the same naming convention, and then we'll move it into UI. Now we need to probably do some updates here, wherever it gets loaded. So that's right now. And this gets called when you hit escape in the game. So in pause manager. Yes, so this is different now. This is UI/pause menu. And then there's probably a scene being loaded somewhere. No, it looks like that's the only. So we should have that. Does work, great. And We want to go into the pause menu. So that's way off now. I don't know why that is doing that, but so we have a resume button, an exit button, and a save button, and the sprite in the background. We can delete this. For all of our menus, I believe we're using, maybe there's a control. Yeah, there's a control on the outside, but then we have a panel container, which is what handles kind of the formatting of everything. But then within the panel container, we typically have a VBox container, which handles the vertical nature of these UIs. So we can just have the outer panel container be called container. We'll leave VBox container as is. And then we will programmatically create, although we haven't accounted for spacing in between any of the elements yet. So I think we'll just use the normal UI and not have the spacing, even though it looks maybe a little more fancy. Okay, so then pause menu. We want to say on ready bar VBox container is container slash VBox container. Why is that not right? Godot's a native class. Clearly something is off there. On ready var blank. Oh, VBox container scene. That's what it was. And then we want the action button, const action button, scene equals preload, action button scene. Great. Then we'll do something similar to what we do for the other menus, which is having all of the items in an array. We'll call these pause menu items. We'll say resume text equals resume, save text equals save, and exit text equals exit. Then this text will be resume text. This text will be save text. Finally, this will be exit text. Now, when we resume, this will be self dot, I don't know why it's called this, but on texture button down. Yeah. On save button down. And then on exit button down. So we have that. I don't know why we have that, but that's fine. Then we will do something very similar. So for item in pause menu items, let's see, we're doing basically the same thing here, I believe. Action item in pause menu items. Then we'll be adding them to V box container scene. And what I'm realizing here is there's probably since I'm using the same menu pattern multiple times, there's probably a more efficient way of doing this, like by creating a component that allows you to just pass in menu items in this form with some functions, and then it'll handle everything for you. But for the moment, we're just going to leave this as is. So we want to connect emit button down to the button action, and we're initializing everything. We're adding it to the child scene. We can go ahead and delete all of these nodes. One moment. Okay. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to send a quick little message. All right, I think we should be good, so we can go ahead and test. Let's load the game. And all right, so that's pretty close. However, it's not. Oh, there's still a couple things we need to do. So this panel, this control, get rid of the position anchors preset. We want to be center. So that's correct. Panel container, same thing. We want layout mode to be anchors, and we want the anchor preset to be center. And then the VBox container, we want everything to be center. Yeah, I don't think that matters, but we want to specify the custom minimum size of the container. Most of our menus, I think, are like 400 by 400. So we'll just do that. And then similar to the load menu, we want this color rectangle just of white, so it's a little consistent. Put that in the container here. And I think that should work as expected. Yes, it does. So if we save, that doesn't, wait, did that save? Hold on. I think that's saved, and I just missed the console logging here. So let's do a new game. Okay, everything got saved. If I scroll up here a little bit, I can just make sure that saving game. Yes, everything should be good. So we exit, come back in, we continue, and everything is working as expected. Beautiful. Okay. So we will say updated pause menu to new UI elements. Great. Sounds good. All right. I think I'm going to end things here. We've only been streaming for 50 minutes, but I have some other stuff we need to go do, and I may stream again in a little bit later. If not, I will definitely be on this weekend. So thanks for everyone for tuning in. If you haven't, follow so you get notifications on when I'm live, and I'll see you guys all